Relax the toes, sit back on the heels. Into your child's pose, you can let the arms lengthen, or if you want to, you can bring the hands down by your feet. Do what feels comfortable for you. And then when you're ready, lift back up to tabletop position. You might want to grab a cushion if you're anything like me with your knees. I'm going to take the right leg out to the right side and we'll be sitting back on the left heel. So if you want to pop a cushion there, or maybe a cushion behind the back of the knee. If you are comfortable, you can relax the toes and sit back on that heel. If not, just raise yourself a little bit, you'll still get a stretch. You can always tuck the toes under as well. Maybe you want a little extra toe stretch. Somebody asked me last night actually, should the foot be flat or out to the side, or however it lands for you, and you can have a little play around with that as well. Sometimes if you sort of point the foot a bit further out toward the right, it changes the stretch a little bit, and then maybe rolling the inside of the foot back down again changes the stretch. Maybe even flexing that foot changes the stretch. A little bit more of a stretch on the inner thigh and the groin if you flex the foot and then push the heel a bit further out to the right. Anyway, messing around with that, you can have your own little mess around. You could always pop blocks in front of you here if you want to. We're going to come down potentially onto the forearms if it's available. And then you might want to come all the way down, lengthen the arms. Again, you can set up a block for the forehead here. The forehead doesn't reach, or a cushion. Or just let the head hang if that's also comfortable and that's what you prefer. And then options here, we can stay where we are if we've got enough, or if we want to, we can thread the needle so the left arm comes underneath the right arm, left palm facing up towards the ceiling. And then left cheek maybe doesn't come down, maybe it does. Again, you can pop a block there or just let it hang. And if that feels comfortable enough on the knee, so reiterating, it needs to be comfortable enough on that knee for you to come to the next bit, because I don't want anybody to aggravate any knee issues. But if you want to, you can take that right arm all the way around the back of the waist. It's basically most of the weight now is on the knee and the shoulder. And that's why I'm just be mindful of your own knees. Get a little twist if you're there, take a few breaths. And then let's start to release. Pushing all the way up. So if you're anything like me and you've had knee issues in the past, or you've got knee issues now, let's have a little stretch out with that leg. Just do whatever you want to with it, take it out behind you. Yeah, it sometimes can not be very comfortable sitting on the knees, but the more you do it, the less knee pain. Well, experientially for me, less knee pain I've had. And so it's just about using props and practice and stuff. I think we're pretty good with our knees here. Shall we go to the other side? So you can always place a cushion on the right heel if you want to. In tabletop position, or just popping the hands down, taking the left leg out to the left side. And then if it's comfortable, sitting back on the right heel. And then like we did on the other side, if we want to, before we drop fully into this, we can have a little play around with the left foot. And maybe pointing toes out to the left. Feeling that change up in the stretch. Or maybe bringing the inside of the foot down a little bit more. And maybe even flexing that left foot and seeing if we can push the left heel out a little bit further. And from there, we might want to come down to the forearms if you haven't done already. I would always recommend taking a few breaths in each stage, even if you're super used to stretching and doing all of these poses. You might have done it already, but taking the arms along if you want to, coming all the way down. Bringing the head down towards the mat. And we've got even more options from here if we want to with this little game of Twister. So we're going to take the right arm from shoulder stretch underneath the left arm, thread the needle, right palm's facing up towards the ceiling, and just slide that arm as far as is comfortable. Don't force anything. Maybe the cheek comes down, maybe it just hangs, maybe you set a block or a cushion. We can allow a few breaths here if we come to this option. And if we want even more, remember, be mindful of knees, hips. We can take that left arm and wrap it around the back of the waist. And then when we're ready, let's start to gently come out. Wherever whatever option you're in. Release, lift up. Just give that right leg a little shake out behind you. Do whatever you need to. Nice. Take the legs long. So flexing both of those feet, spine is nice and straight, sit bones are down on the mat. The hands come either side of the sit bones, palms down, fingers pointing towards the feet. Let's go for our Dandasana stick or star pose. So roll the shoulders back and down. Start to push into the palms of the hands. Keep the shoulders relaxed if you can. Squeeze the thighs and the calves. So squeeze all the muscles in the legs. Really squeeze those quads. And really flex the feet. So you might even start to feel back to the heels lifting. That's not, as you know, that's not trying to lift the legs. That is literally from squeezing all the muscles in the legs, pushing down with the palms of the hands. Try and relax the shoulders and the jaw. A few more breaths. We are going to stretch these thighs out there to the quads and the hip flexors. And release. Ooh. Give those legs a little shake out. And again, flexing the feet. This time, big circle as we inhale. Exhale, lengthen forwards into your Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. As you know, you can have bands around the feet if you want to. You can reach the toes, maybe the ankles or the legs. We're not, that's not what we're trying to achieve in this pose. We're trying to get nice straight legs, pushing the backs of the knees down and keeping the upper body relaxed, and just go with the breath instead. Each exhale, just really feeling into the breath, noticing yourself stretching a little bit more. And then inhale, gently start to rise up. Just relax the arms. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Bring the soles of the feet together for our seated butterfly. And so here, just drawing the heels in as close as is comfortable, grabbing hold of the feet, spine nice and straight, rolling the shoulders back and down. Let's take a breath in. And as you breathe out, let's see if we can draw those knees a little bit further down towards the mat. Another breath in, breathe out, lengthen forwards, so just come as far as is comfortable. holding from the hips if we can. And you might have the elbows on the insides of the thighs, helping to open those hips out a little bit more. Try and relax the shoulders, the jaw as well here. And even here, keeping a prouder chest as possible. Just being conscious of your shoulders. You might want to have a little play around with the feet. You know, the more you sort of open or try to open the soles of the feet out towards the ceiling, the more you'll stretch into those hips. Again, being mindful of our own bodies here. A few more breaths. And then inhale, gently rise up. Good. Exhale, you can give